Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And some room to maneuver. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But you look at this defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Back to throw. Hill. That's pulled in by Brooks. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The Panthers at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Hill now to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Barker. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Hill. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive. I'm thinking right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Here's Brooks. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They get this out left, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Xavier Legette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers marching right down the field on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Carolina defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Panthers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A quick throw there is incomplete. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Now he's loose down the left sideline, and he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And his guys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there at the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Hill. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Hill. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
To throw is Hill. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That ball caught by Harrison. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss?
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Shotgun now from Murray. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Here's Murray from midfield. It got his man complete. Touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy.
50 yards.
And the Condors go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A shotgun snap for Hill.
Got a man. That's Ligon.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Up the middle with Brooks here. Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
Having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hill. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Hill looks to throw.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs. Hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Hill.
That one complete to Ligon.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
On 4th down, Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray.
Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The 13 yards that time and a first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Murray going to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
To throw is Murray. Just keeping the play alive. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Condors will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Hill. And that is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10.
That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
A final shot before break. Hill work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came to the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Here's Hill. And he fires one incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Hill now to throw. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Once again, it's Brooks. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Hill. Got a man, that's Leggett. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Hill. Touchdown, Panthers. And Xavier Leggett with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And all the way in for the touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Condors add 6 to their lead. Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. From the gun, here's Hill. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Hill. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And an excellent gain, 35 yards.
And again, it's Hill. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Hill. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point up and through. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Murray now to throw. Dancing to his left.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Shotgun now from Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
In motion comes the tight end left. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Calling a gain of 5, fourth down now.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Hill. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Panthers on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 16. Hill looks to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Desperation time on 4th for Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Condors are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Hill. He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
3rd and 2. Here's Hill. That is caught. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Hill. He finds his man, complete. That's Peters. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to...
To the right side and intercepted. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw it, Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea.